everyone, it's Nicole, and today I'm bringing you a Readathon TBR video. There are a lot of readathons happening in the month of October, and I am participating in 3 of them. Yes, it's either no readathons or all of the readathons. So I'm participating in a Buffy readathon called SlayerFest 19, Spookathon, and the Hocus Pocus readathon. I will talk about each readathon individually, but the books are going to be the same. The first readathon I'm going to talk about is the Buffy readathon called SlayerFest 19, and it is a spin on one of the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer called SlayerFest 98. This readathon was created and hosted by Brittany at the Continuing Chronicles. Brittany's channel and announcement video are going to be linked in the description box below. This readathon lasts the entire month of October, so the 1st through the 31st. There are lots of prompts. What's really cool about this readathon, the more books you read, the more big bads that you defeat. Now, if you don't know what a big bad is, or if you don't know anything about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, every season or episode had a big bad or a monster that Buffy and the Scooby Gang had to defeat. So the more books you read, the more evil and more sinister the big bad is. So here we go with the prompts. The first prompt is Buffy, the hero. Read a book with a badass female protagonist. Now, I can't be participating in a Buffy readathon without reading Slayer by Kristen White. I don't know if this is a continuation or a retelling, but it has to do with the Buffyverse, and I've been wanting to read this since it came out. Finally, I have the perfect opportunity. Prompt number 2, Willow, the Wicca. Read a witchy book. And for that one, I'm going to read How to Hang a Witch by Adriana Mather. I found out about this book from Danny. She used to have a channel, it's called The Insatiable Bookie, and I just thought this book sounded so cool. It's about a girl who moves to Salem, and she is a descendant of Cotton Mather. If you don't know who Cotton Mather is, he is one of the main people responsible for the witch trials that happened in Salem. Prompt number 3, Xander, the loyal sidekick. Read a book from one of your go-to authors or reread a favorite. And for that one, I'm going to read Chill Factor by Sandra Brown. I love Sandra Brown. She is my favorite author, and I have read Chill Factor probably 5 or 6 times. This is my favorite book of hers. I love, love, love. Love this book. Prompt number 4, Cordelia, the Mean Girl. Read a cover by or a beautiful book. And for that one, I'm going to read The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chosky. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am. But this cover is gorgeous. I love it. I've been wanting to read this book for a while. It was very hyped on BookTube. I've heard lots of great things about this book. Prompt number 5, Giles, the Mentor. Read a non-fiction or historical book. Something you can learn from. And for that one, I'm reading Rebel by Beverly Jenkins. I love reading historical romances by Beverly Jenkins. She knows a lot of history surrounding the Black community, and this takes place during the Civil War, and every time I read a book by Beverly Jenkins, I learn something that I didn't know. And she's just a fabulous writer. If you haven't read anything by Beverly Jenkins, you really should. Prompt number 6, Oz, the Werewolf. Read a book with an animal character or a book featuring transfiguration or shapeshifting. And for that one, I'm reading Baby, I'm Howling for You by Christine Warren. I just think by the title and the cover of this book, it's pretty self-explanatory. Prompt number 7, Spike, the Bad Boy. Read a book with a hate to love trope. And for that one, I'm going to read Serpent and Dove by Shelby Marine. I don't have a physical copy of this book yet, but I'm going to get it this weekend. Prompt number 8, Angel, the Redeemed. Read a book with a tortured or brooding soul type. And for that one, I'm reading Wolf Rain by Nalini Singh. This is the latest book in the Psy Changeling series. In this book, the main female protagonist was kidnapped at a young age, and her psychic powers were used for quite evil purposes. So she is dealing with that in this book, so I think it fits this prompt. Prompt number 9, Drusilla, the Insane. Read a book with black and red on the cover. And for that one, I'm reading Roseblood by A.G. Howard. This is a Phantom of the Opera retelling. Cover is gorgeous. Prompt number 10, Darla, the Sire. Read the oldest book on your TBR. This prompt means the book that you've had on your TBR the longest, right? I'm gonna do a little twist on this prompt, and I'm gonna read the oldest book that I have by publication date on my physical TBR. And that one is The Lady of the Lake by Sir Walter Scott. This is an epic poem that was published in 1810. This particular copy I believe was published in 1870 something. I have to be very careful opening this book because some of the pages are coming out of the spine. 1879. All things considered, this book is in very, very good condition. There is some fraying here at the edges. There's some stains on it. Like I said, some of the pages are coming out of the spine here. Like, obviously the pages are yellowing, and in some parts, some of the print is either light or it's kind of rubbed away, I want to say. But yeah, this is the oldest book I have by publication date on my TBR. And I just love this. And if you could believe it, I found this at Goodwill. It's gorgeous. I love it. I probably should look into restoring it, but I don't know how much that would cost me, honestly. Prompt number 11, Anya, the Betrayed. Read a book with a good vengeance plot. And for that one, I'm going to be reading The Beast of Clan Kincaid by Lily Blackwood. I haven't read this book, but I just Googled books with revenge plots, and this one was one of them. Prompt number 12, Faith, the Bad Girl. Read a dark or taboo book. And for that one, I'm reading Menagerie by Rachel Vincent. When Delilah Marlowe visits a famous traveling carnival, Metzger's Menagerie, she is an ordinary woman in a not quite ordinary world. But under the macabre circus blacktop, she discovers a fierce, sharp-clawed creature lurking just beneath her human veneer. Seems pretty dark. Prompt number 13, Kendra, the Other Chosen One. Read a diverse book. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Black Lace by Beverly Jenkins. Prompt number 14, Dawn, the Key. Read a book centered around a sibling relationship. And for that one, I'm going to read Wild Card by Marie Lu. Prompt number 15, Tara, the Lost Lover. Read a book with a LGBTQ+ character. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Prompt number 16, Riley, the Rebound. Read a short or a quick read. And for that one, I'm going to be reading More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is the box set, but I've already read the first one. So this is the second. Prompt number 17, Joyce, the Mom. Read a book with a strong mother character. And for that one, I'm going to be reading The Husband's Secret by Lane Moriarty. Prompt number 18, The Big Bad. Read a book with a formidable villain. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. Those Sanderson sisters are a formidable villain. Prompt number 19, The Scooby Gang, Squad Goals. Read a book with a strong friendship group or a found family. For that one, I'm going to be reading The Savior by J.R. Ward. This is the latest book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. The Black Dagger Brotherhood is a group of warrior vampires charged to protect the vampire race. And from the first book, you can tell that their relationships are kind of strained. They're working together because that's what they've always done, and that's what they're charged with. As the story progresses and definitely getting into the later books, they have become a very strong family unit, and it's really sweet to read. And prompt number 20, The Hellmouth. Battle the largest book on your TBR. And that is going to be Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. This thing is massive. I don't know if I'm going to make this one, you guys. So those are all the prompts for SlayerFest 19. And like I said, for every book that you read, you destroy a big bad. So if you happen to read one book in this readathon, you are going to defeat a monster of the week. Or that is a monster that only appeared in one episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. For example, like The Gentleman. If you read 2 books during the readathon, you will defeat the trio and have Andrew as your bitch for life. We love Andrew. You read 3 or 4 books and you will defeat Professor Walsh and her pet Adam. Read 5 to 6 books and you will defeat Drusilla. Read 7 or 8 books and you will defeat Dark Willow and recover your friend. Read 9 or 10 books, you will defeat Faith and hope she sees the error of her ways. Read 11 or 12 books and you will defeat the mayor and destroy Sunnydale High. Read 13 books and you will defeat the master and get revenge for, you know, the whole killing you thing. Read 14 or 15 books and you will defeat glory, sacrificing yourself in the process. But don't worry, you'll come back again. Read 16 or 17 books and you'll defeat Caleb and take one of his eyes for good measure. Hashtag justice for Xander. Read 18 books and you will defeat Angelus, killing the love of your life for the greater good. Read 19 or 20 books and you will defeat the first and save Sunnydale. So those are all the prompts and the books that I'm reading for the SlayerFest 19. The next readathon I'm going to be talking about is the Hocus Pocus readathon, and that is going to be taking place October 1st through October 13th. This readathon was created by Alyssa at Pages and Ink and Tiffy at Tiffy E. So the creators, the announcement video, and the Google file that you can get all of the information about the Hocus Pocus readathon will be in the description box below. It was on Halloween in 1693 that Winifred, Sarah, and Mary Sanderson stole the spirit of young Emily Binks. Taking their revenge, the town of Salem hanged the three witches. Before the Sanderson sisters took their last breath, their magic book had cast a curse that the sisters would return on All Hallows Eve on a full moon when a virgin lights the black flame candle. It's simple. Join a team, fight for victory, survive the night. So for the Hocus Pocus readathon, there are 3 teams: the Sanderson sisters, Team Undead, or Team Trick-or-Treaters. So you'll pick a team to join and then you'll follow the prompts in that team. Whoever reads the most at the end of the readathon is the winner. So of course I picked Team Sanderson sisters. The selling your soul to Master Satan was only the beginning of your magical journey. Unfortunately, your deal with him didn't include immortality. It's been centuries since the spell book made that curse, and finally it's time to rise. Make sure you complete your prompts in order to get enough points to reach your goal. So the first prompt, potions, spells, and enchantments. Read a book with a witchy main character, and that is good for 5 points. The book I'm going to be reading for that prompt is How to Hang a Witch by Adriana Mather. The Sanderson sisters have risen. Read a book with a female protagonist, and that is worth 5 points. For that one, I'm going to be reading Slayer by Kristen White. The magic book is calling you. Read a book that is spellbindingly atmospheric. That is worth 5 points. For that one, I'm going to be reading Menagerie by Rachel Vincent. The Burning Reign of Death. Read a book that frightens you. 5 points. And for that one, I'm going to be reading More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Master Satan is pleased with you. Read a book with a powerful villain. And for that one, I'm reading Wolfrain by Nalini Singh. Work together with your team to take down those horrible children and become immortal. Read the group book. That's worth 10 points. There were 2 group books for this readathon. One is Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel, or Serpent and Dove. I'm gonna try to read both. And the last prompt is Celebrate Your Victory by watching Hocus Pocus. That is worth 15 points. So if you read all the prompts and you get all of the points, you will cast the spell to become immortal. Each team has a strength and a weakness. The strength for the Sanderson sisters is you can cast a spell to give your team a boost. Add 5 points to one prompt. And the weakness is, in order to capture the children, you must learn about them. You must read a YA or middle grade novel. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Wildcard by Marie Lu. That is a YA science fiction book. And the last readathon I'm going to be talking about is the Spookathon. That is going on through October 14th through October 20th. Spookathon always holds a special place in my heart. It was the first readathon I ever participated in when I first started BookTube. This was created by Lala at Books and Lala, and she is kind of running the show herself this year. And the prompts are, read a thriller. For that one, I'm going to be reading Black Lace by Beverly Jenkins. The next prompt is read a book with red on the cover. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Lady of the Lake by Sir Walter Scott. Next prompt is read a book with a spooky word in the title. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Roseblood by A.G. Howard. The next one is read a book with a spooky setting. And I'm going to be doubling up on this prompt and reading Roseblood. And the last prompt is read something you wouldn't normally read. And that would be Lady of the Lake by Sir Walter Scott. I don't really read a lot of classics or epic poems. This is going to be a little bit out of my comfort zone. This is a particularly large book, and I'm anticipating that it's going to be very dry. I'm going to do my best. So that is it. All of the readathons that I'm going to be participating in the month of October. SlayerFest 19, Hocus Pocus readathon, and Spookathon. If you're participating in any of these readathons or a different readathon, let me know in the comments what you're reading. I would really like to know. Or if you've read any of these books and want to tell me all about it, I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. And you can follow me on all of the social media platforms. The links will be in the description box below. We'll see you next time, avid readers.